Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of DunkleVision. We are so excited to talk to our guest today. Musical composer, musician, actor. You know him best from the Conan O'Brien show. Richie LaBamba Rosenberg, everybody.
All right, he's here, so I'm going to let him in. Richie, what's up, man? There he is.
How you doing, Chris?
Hey, I'm
Ryan,
good,
how
man.
you?
Great to see you.
Good,
We're
man.
doing it. Where are you today, Richie?
I'm at my home.
And that's in Jersey?
No, Calabasas, California.
Oh, you're out here. You're from Jersey, though.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
Calabasas.
I'm actually, to get technical, I am from Philadelphia.
Oh, okay.
And I lived most of my life in Jersey.
Right. So moved to Jersey when you were a young child?
No, when I was about 22.
All right.
Something like that.
So, hey, what's been going on these last couple years? Like, are things picking up for you? Did you have a bunch of work scheduled and the pandemic came along? How you been navigating this very strange time of existence?
I've been scoring since, most of my life. I've been scoring, but I really dug into it with the pandemic, because what else could I really do? And so I recorded some things that I scored, and I was able to do it remotely with players back in New Jersey and out here, and some the guitarist from the Jukes is like, he's also in my band, the Hubcaps, back east, so he was doing all the guitar work on it,
Right. Were you touring much at all, or what were you doing before the pandemic hit?
I occasionally do this thing with Billy Gibbons.
Okay.
It's like a fundraising thing for a company called America Salutes, and it's for first responders and some military stuff, things like that.
Oh, that's great.
And there's a lot of guests involved with that. Like Stephen Stills, Nancy Wilson, a lot of different people off the top of my head. I can't, but they happen every so often. And we got one coming up April 2nd out here in LA, but we did one in New York in October.
Oh, great.
And Southside Johnny was on it.
Awesome.
And the Blind Boys of Alabama. We had some country singers, and and sadly, Bob Saget.
Oh, he was there too. Yeah, isn't that unbelievable? So sad.
Yeah, he was quite a fan, back and forth with Conan to him, and
sure,
and being on the show as many times as he was, he had some favorite sketches, and one of them was the year 2000.
One of my favorites.
So when I get to the gig, he's like, "Oh my God, LaBamba's here! I can't believe it!" And he made such a big deal out of it. After the gig was over, he said, "Look, you gotta do me a favor. I gotta get you in a dark closet." What?
That sounds like Bob Saget.
Well, he did, and then he turned on a light. We found a dark closet, turned on a light, and all right, we're going to do a year 2000 sketch. Let's go.
Oh, no way. That's so cool.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, he put it. Yeah, we both have it on Instagram.
I have something very special to do. I have someone incredibly special here.
In the year 2000, in the year 2000.
Everything is different because we're in a closet trying to film an Instagram.
In the year 2000, in the year 2000.
I love you.
It was endearing. It really was. He was what a incredible human being he was.
Yeah, I never got to meet him personally, but everybody that knew him just says nothing but great things and what a kind man he was and how funny, underrated comedian. You know, people know him from his shows, but he was a twisted, sick, dirty dude. You know?
Oh, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was playing guitar during that show and singing this song. It was twisted. All right, yeah.
Something like, what was his first joke ever? Was something, I got the brain of a collie and the body of a 9-year-old. They're in the trunk of my car, and I'd like you to see them. Like, who does that?
Yeah, that's twisted.
Well, listen, here, one of the questions we always like to start out with here is, what's your origin story? What is it that made you, at some moment in life, decide, I want to live a life of creativity. I want to be a musician. I want to do this with my existence.
Well, I had a lot of influence, from the family. I had all my family members. They all played and sang piano and sang, and my sister played multiple instruments.
Yeah.
And she was in theater. She just passed away about 6 months ago, and
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Richie.
Yeah. Thank you. My mom passed away today. 12 years ago.
What the hell? What are we doing an interview for?
12 years ago.
Wait a minute. Oh, no, that's
what a depressing
My mom died
interview
today.
here.
You should be with family, Richie. Why are you talking to us?
This man,
a year two. We should come up with a year 2000 all about this. It's so like, whoa, year 2000.
The year 2022 is weirder than the year 2000, apparently.
You're the most dedicated guest, Richie. You're the most dedicated guest we've ever had.
Wow, that's amazing. All right, so to clarify, your mother died 12 years ago. Did you say not today?
Today.
This is the anniversary, though.
Yeah.
All right. Well, my mother passed away a year ago, a little over a year ago. So, to our moms.
Yes.
To your mom.
Indeed.
So your mother was also a musician?
Yes.
Oh, so you were just born right into it.
Yep. Mom and dad, they both sang and played piano, and in high school they backed up each other. And my dad backed up my mom, playing piano. And
Oh, wow. So high school sweethearts then.
yeah. Yep. And and then they got divorced, and my mom married a guy who loved jazz. He was a great influence in that direction, because I started piano at 7, and my being the fact that my family members were such great influences in music that they liked, that I, like Broadway and stuff from movies and stuff like that. So I already started knowing all that stuff. And then my stepfather, he was just such a great appreciator of jazz, modern jazz too, that when I brought home a trombone from high school, during my junior high school, like 9th grade, he said, man, go out and get every J.J. Johnson album you can possibly find. And he had a little bit of a record collection himself that I have here. And so I did, and I started listening to J.J. and teaching myself, over the summer how to do things.
Yeah.
And when I got back to school, I was ready to go, and I had a great influence in school for music, for jazz band and stuff like that. And I started orchestrating during my high school years for the jazz band.
Oh, wow, for the school jazz band. So you were already creating music that early. What was it about the trombone? What was it about that drew you to the trombone?
My high school band director, Mr. Leroy Evans, and He was like a father to me. And in fact, I was with him the day before he passed away. All his trombone students were graduating the year that he gave me that trombone. He said, here, I'm going to lose all my whole entire trombone section. I need this. Here's the trombone. Check this out over the summer. Come back. Let's see what you got.
So it was out of his necessity.
Yeah, right.
Now, and I think you'd really like this. Like, I need somebody that can play trombone, and I need it quick.
Yeah, and it was my sister's necessity that I don't continue in choir, which I was doing, because there was this high school choir director who was a real bitch. And they said, I got to introduce you to the instrumental director, because I can't have you, like, doing anything with this choir director. She's like, that's basically how it all started.
Let me ask you something. I've never actually held the trombone. How heavy is it?
It's light.
Is it really? I was wondering if like one side of your upper body was more built up.
You can
than
easily move it around with your, It's really light.
I would have no idea. That's interesting. Some of my earliest recollections in music were from my oldest brother. And my parents used to drop me off because he had two kids that were just a couple years younger than me. And going through his record collection, I always gravitated towards horn sections. Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears are two of my very earliest. So that's pretty, that's pretty developed music for a 5-year-old. But I distinctly remember
sure
listening to all those records.
For a 5-year-old, it sure the hell is. I was listening to the, Showboat. My Fair Lady or whatnot.
Sure.
And you're listening to Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Good for your parents.
Yeah, and I've really gotten into Louis Prima lately, too.
Oh, man.
You cannot be in a bad mood. I was on a golf course, and I had my earbuds, and I was like, I'm not going to get upset today. I listened to Louis Prima all day. I didn't throw a club once. Like, you cannot be, you have to be happy when you listen to that music.
Oh, yeah. He was incredible.
Can you imagine seeing him
force
live?
of nature he was.
Like, what an amazing show they put on.
Yeah. I played, I was lucky enough to be on tour with a Philadelphia, like a Vicky Carr type of person. She that was the type of artist she would like do Barbra Streisand, Vicky Carr, all these different types of singers. And we were on tour and we went to Vegas, and this was like 73. And that was the old Vegas. That was still the old, none of what you see today was there then.
The old school mob run Vegas.
Oh yeah. And there was the showrooms. What they have today are you have the main show, whoever's in there. And, that holds like, a couple thousand seats for the most part. And some of these places now have arenas that even hold like 15, 20,000 seats.
Sure.
But the showrooms today are basically bars that you can easily walk in and out of. You can see them from the casino. Back in the day, that wasn't the way it was. The showroom, you had to get a separate ticket for that, sit down, eat, have a drink, much smaller, like maybe like 400 or 500 seats at the most, know? And you'd see incredible acts go through those showrooms. It was incredible. And Louis Prima, man, he was like king of that.
Oh, man.
That was the world that he came in through Vegas, man. It was like, wow.
Right. Do you know Cookie Jar and the Crumbs?
That sounds familiar.
Cookie Jar and the Crumbs. He's a buddy of mine. He's the greatest lounge singer in the history of Vegas. I tried to get him to play my wedding, but he hurt his back. I was gonna pay him whatever he wanted. This guy's unbelievable. I think he's still performing. I don't know how old he is now, but just the jet black hair and the chest hair and the medallions, a job, baby. And the first time I saw him, was with Max Alexander, a comedian who used to open for Tom Jones. I walk into this, it's the Casino Royale upstairs. He's working the room. He's singing Livin' La Vida Loca when that song had just come out. I mean, this just Vegas lounge,
Wow.
Livin' La Vida. Max Alexander. Tom Jones will not get on stage unless Max Alexander opens him. Lips are colored mocha. And he just kept working the room. I was like, this guy is the greatest thing I've ever seen. So if you ever get a chance, Cookie Jar in the
Cookie
Crumbs.
Jar.
Yeah. So now, did you play in bands when you were in high school or just the jazz band? Did you start your own stuff?
Yeah, we had our own band. It was called 9 Easy Pieces. And we played Chicago and Blood, Sweat, and Tears and a lot of other stuff. But we dove into the other material that wasn't exactly the hits, you know? Introduction, In the Country, you know, yeah. Redemption from Blood, Sweat, and Tears, like their 5th album,
Oh, yeah.
you know? Yeah, we really got into it.
Now, let me ask you, am I getting this right? David Clayton?
Yeah.
Mark David Clayton. I got an older buddy of mine who's like, oh, they were great before him. And I'm like, I think he's one of my favorite voices in music.
Oh, yeah.
I love that guy's voice. I do a pretty good one, I do a pretty good version of him. What do you think about that? Because he was like, oh, they were great before he came. He doesn't like anything post. I feel the opposite. I think the stuff with him is amazing.
Well, Al Cooper was before David Clayton Thomas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we played with Al Cooper quite a few times.
Did you?
Jimmy Vivino was friends with Al, and we even had a show, a memorial show for a guitarist in the Hubcaps called. His name was Larry DeBarry.
Larry
And,
DeBarry?
Larry DeBarry. He played for
DeBarry.
Phoebe Snow, and you know he was her guitarist, and was in my band, the Hubcaps. So he passed away of cancer, and we had a memorial show, and Al Cooper came as one of the guest vocalists.
Nice.
It's really cool. Yeah. What a songwriter Al Cooper was, though. But as far as a vocalist that is recognizable, yeah, David Clayton Thomas, man, wow.
Yeah, that voice is it's just
Oh,
gritty.
Yeah,
You feel it when he sings.
yeah. You know anything about him personally?
I do not. Tell me.
Okay.
Do you know? Tell me
We'll
about
leave it
him.
at we'll leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Maybe we don't want to explore that.
Let's just leave it at that.
Well, for those who are curious, we could Google.
Yeah, whatever.
So how long were you out making a living? Being, you're doing orchestration. How long were you really doing that before you got involved with Conan? I mean, were you there from the very beginning? Because if memory serves me correct, it was either 92 or 93 when Conan started. Correct? I was still in
93.
college. 93.
Yeah, was there from the beginning, the whole 9 yards with the, doing the audition. And I was in Europe in 93 with Southside Johnny.
Okay.
Got a call from Max, and he said, hey, we got something going on here. We're going to start rehearsing for this show to see if we can be the band for Conan. So it was
So Conan was interested in Max, and then Max put together a band to really audition to be the house band?
there was a story that they met on the street.
Okay.
I don't know. And this was during the time that Bruce didn't have the E Street Band. He had his other band, whatever they were calling it.
What was the band before the E Street Band? I don't even know.
Oh, he had lots of bands before E Street. I mean, boy, off the top of my head, Steel Mill
Steel Mill.
was one of them.
No,
He had
E
lots of
Street's the
bands
one
before the E Street Band. But
Okay. That's the only one I'm familiar with. So in 93, you get together and you start rehearsing to actually rehearse for the show. What was that process like? You just got a call out of the blue?
we just had we found a rehearsal studio that and then Conan and his producer, Jeff Ross, walked in the room and, wow, this is like great. Okay. think Max wanted the band to be somewhat like the Tonight Show band with Doc Severinsen. So we were playing some stuff like that. And
Sure.
some jump blues, you know. And Conan really loved rockabilly. He loves rock. Wow. So I think that hit him in the right spot. The producer of the show, his name's Jeff Ross, and Jeff was our road manager when I was on tour with Diana Ross for a couple of years.
Oh, no kidding. So how long before was that?
That was in 80 to 82.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
You never know where you're going to end up, do you?
Oh, what's the chances?
That's ridiculous.
Really, my life has been like that. It's been like, I only auditioned for 2 things in my life. And that was for college, and
that is unbelievable.
Da, 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 da. What's his name?
Chuck Mangione.
No, not Chuck. He's a singer. Oh man, I can't think of what. This is what happens when you're.
Where you get old?
It's called senioritis, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the nice term for it. I don't know how many brain cells you killed when you were younger, but man, there's a lot scattered all over the place of mine.
What's really in this stuff?
Same here, brother.
Hey!
Richie, so you didn't audition to be in any of those sketches that Conan put you in, huh?
No.
You have skipped so much heartbreak in your life, auditioning twice in your life. Can I just say, you've really missed a lot of struggle.
So, how was that transition from, musician, you're part of the house band, to Conan's putting you in sketches, saying crazy things? What was that like for you? Were you open to being involved in the comedy sketches, or did they have to kind of encourage you to do it?
And how early on?
I have a history of saying crazy things, but for some reason, I guess they thought that I looked kind of funny.
They were like, that guy right there, but he hasn't spoken yet. He's perfect.
First impressions,
Yeah,
I don't know. But when the year 2000 started, then that opened up everything else, and
And that bit for me is the one that sticks out the most in my mind for the whole series. I don't know about you, Chris.
That
year 2000.
and the year 2000. The other one I'm thinking of, because I just watched it, was when it's an outtake of when you're supposed to sit on a chair that has honey on it, and you sit down too soon, and Conan just blasts you. I feel bad for you, but it's so funny, and your laugh too, I think, is what kind of kills me.
But you're a human being. You just. It's supposed to be a big build-up.
The stage manager, when there was always a bit to do, he would always come up to me and say, "Hey, did you get the email on what you're supposed to do, or what's going on?" No, I didn't get that, and I didn't. I never I don't know why, but anyhow, I think that helped. You
did not get the pages. You had no idea what you were walking into. That's why they didn't give you any pages.
I think it really helped. Yeah, and I was so terrible. I'm really bad at just reading in general. My my grammar skills are the worst.
Consider the life of the Lockheed Tram and the and the families of Quack.
And I'm just so anything that came up as far as a cue card, I could barely read it, but without a cue card, I couldn't say anything either,
You'd have to feed him his lines in an earpiece.
Oh, terrible at improv. Absolutely terrible.
Here's what I want to ask you. Now, I grew up watching Carson, but I was really, when my comedic sensibility started to develop, I was a Dave Letterman guy, which I believe he started in 82. I never really started watching until the mid-80s, But in high school, I used to record it on my VCR, and then after school we'd have basketball practice, and then my buddies would come and we'd watch Dave every day. So of course I was fascinated when who's going to take over for Dave? This is impossible. You can't follow David Letterman. And so that's why I was so intrigued. Nobody knew who Conan was, unless you know. And I do remember his audition on the Tonight Show is very, very funny. But the first few weeks, you guys got panned pretty hard in the press.
Oh yeah,
I want to know, what was that like? Was there just this impending doom, or were you so focused on just trying to get this show off the ground that you kind of? There can't be any way that you could have like blocked all that out. But how much pressure did you guys feel?
That was a lot of pressure because they're like 13-week contracts, you know?
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Are we going to make it past this week? Are we going to, you know? And Lauren Michaels, I mean, he pushed that whole thing through, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, yeah. I mean, he holds a lot of cards, right? Without Saturday Night Live,
Sure.
you don't take, you know. And but Conan's such a genius. God, he's such a lovely man. He worked out so beautifully. After we got over that 13-week, you know, in our head scare.
Right.
Trauma, you know, and then I think everything calmed down. But even during all that, those shows were hilarious. You know, it was something like just it was just magic. You know, the writers and
the writers. You had Robert Smigel, and you had Bob Odenkirk, and you had Louis C.K., and just amazing writers who went on to be incredibly successful. But that's what really stood out for me. But here's the thing. You know, Conan had to learn how to, you don't just become a talk show host. You got to learn what you're doing. You know, he was just a writer. So to be thrown into that high pressure situation, of course you got to find your legs.
You remember that first Conan show?
I watched it.
So in the beginnings that they did the what do they call it? The
cold open. The cold open.
Cold open, right.
Yeah.
It was. And everybody's like, you better be as good as Letterman.
Hey, you better be as good as Letterman. I'll give it a shot.
Everywhere he turned, you better be as good as Letterman.
I'm such a fan of all three cold opens for all three shows. You know, the one for the Tonight Show as well, and also for the TBS show. So and it's funny. I only got into Conan with the Tonight Show, because I mean I'm a bit younger than Brian, and that was just, you know, I was a bit, and that just I just saw it was on, so it was like, all right, well, I'm still awake, you know, I could still be up on a school night, okay, and that's when I really got into it. And then he influenced my comedy in a lot of ways. The way, you know, I write comedy, and you know, his style really spoke to me.
Wow.
I only have one Conan story. I never actually officially met him. I never did the show, but I did the Aspen, the HBO Comedy Arts Festival. I believe it was 96. And there was a kid he was a couple of years older than me, went to high school with. He was a ski bum in Aspen. And I was hanging out with him, and we're walking, and Conan O'Brien was there, and he was talking with a bunch of people. And my drunk friend Pete walks right up to him. He's like, holy shit, you are fucking tall. And Conan looked at him, turned back to the people he was talking to. He says, now, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm like, Pete, what are you doing, man? You're going to ruin my career before it even starts. That was my only interaction with Conan. So tell us about some of those early memories, though, of that first show, that first few seasons. Who were some of the guests that really stood out to you? Any like favorite moments of when the original couple years?
Yeah, I think the band as a whole, you know, that we're older. So when we saw older guests come on the show, it was like, holy crap. Wow, this is, you know, Jerry Lewis or Charlton Heston was on once.
Oh, wow.
It was crazy. You know, people like that, and the music that the bands that we were playing with, and Lionel Hampton and Isaac Hayes.
Ah.
Yeah, Isaac Hayes changed the lyrics to Conan. It was, Conan, can you dig it? Yeah. Oh, Conan, can you dig it? Yeah, it was really cool. Really cool.
Shut your mouth.
Yeah.
Now you were also on NBC as well.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? That had to just been that still is so unbelievable what happened to Conan with that gig.
Yeah.
What was it like being a part of that? And did you just know?
You mean the Tonight Show, you mean?
Yeah, Jay's hiding in a closet right
Yeah.
now. I mean, it must have just been an insane thing to go through.
Well, you heard about all that stuff.
I heard about it.
Wow. Wow.
And I've never spent any of my Tonight Show money. Give it to me then. Give it to people that need money.
Tell you that last stretch of Tonight shows were just gold. Just the way Conan used that situation. And I got to tell you, Richie, like you guys jamming out to Freebird on the last episode, I just absolutely adored. Like, and you're just, who would think a trombone would go with Freebird, but you're just pumping that thing. It's just so radically cool. Just as a fan, I was delighted. So.
That was fun. That was a huge band. What we had, Billy Gibbons was, I think, on that, right? And,
it's ZZ Top. You had Will Ferrell was the lead singer.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. We knew 5 years ahead of time that we were going to do the Tonight Show. Right. We all got pulled up into this meeting in the offices of, we're on Rockefeller Center. And what's going on? What's going to happen? What's this meeting all about? Wow, we've been asked to, go to the Tonight Show. So in 5 years, get ready, we're going to move.
No kidding. Yeah, uproot your life. So at that point, you're living in the city, right?
I was living in Jersey.
In Jersey. Okay.
I never moved to the city.
Now, how many hours did you have to be there? What was a typical day when you first started on Conan, by the way? I'm fascinated to know what your schedule was as part of the band.
We had to be there about noon.
Okay.
We had to be there about noon.
That's a good start time for a musician.
Yeah.
Not too early.
It was practicing on that floor in an NBC was pretty strange because we had a room that was like a closet, and I'm sure you could hear it everywhere on the floor. It was really strange. And then our dressing room was really close to Conan. Like the back of our dressing room was, you could, sometimes hear, things, whatnot. It was hilarious. It was a great time. Man, being in Rockefeller Center at the, that was just magic,
Yeah.
And when we came here, there was like something had changed, I guess, for
the whole vibe of the show. Yeah, how could it not? You're on a different side of the country. The whole feel's got to just be changed.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you shot over in Burbank, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
One time, I was doing this tour with Bruce, the Sessions. This thing.
There it is.
Seeger.
Yep. Got it.
And so we did the Tonight Show, and Jay Leno he sees Mark Pender and I. Mark's the trumpet player on Conan and the Jukes and whatnot. And he comes up and says, hey, you're here a little early, aren't you? Looking for real estate a little early. Because it was a couple years before we had come out there,
Uh-huh.
I was like, what? How does he even know who we are? It was crazy.
Now you ended up playing at the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
2009, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
What was that
halftime
like?
show. Wow.
Where was the 2009? By the way, I should have done some research. Where was that?
Tampa.
Okay, it was in Tampa. What was that experience like? That must have been crazy.
Whew. Wow. Yeah, that was crazy. I had kind of recently before that, I broke my leg in a car accident with my daughter was learning how to drive. And
and she broke your leg learning?
Yeah.
Oh my, forget it. My kid's 9 and I live in Los Angeles. I'm not teaching him to drive here. Are you kidding me? How do you get on a freeway?
Yeah, right.
So you got in an accident teaching your daughter how to drive?
Yeah, that was in New Jersey, you know.
Oh, that explains it.
Yeah.
Around Morristown, New Jersey. We lived close to Morristown. And so after that happened, I was bedridden for a little while. So there was a sub and, you know, had to take my place. But when I was, while I was home, the show wanted us to do, want me to do something on the show. To show, I'm there, I'm here, I'm okay. I got, you know, I have a broken leg or whatnot. I'm in bed, you know. So, my son, he's a stage manager for The Voice and some different shows out here. So he started early in school learning that kind of stuff. And he said, don't worry, you don't have to send out a crew to help out. I'll help out Dad here. We'll get the lighting and, you know.
Right.
And he did. It was incredible. And during going into a commercial, they wanted me to play something. So I was laying in bed. You know, and I'm playing. And, you know, Max in the band starts playing. And holy crap, you know.
Oh, that's awesome.
I had my Marvel, you know, pillow cases on and my, you know.
I hope you got paid for that day, man.
Yeah, right.
I did.
Good. You should. Jeez.
A day you get paid's a good day in this business.
Yeah. Right.
Now you also did some work with Bon Jovi. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, he would hire me for his private events and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
You know, the party at his house, his 40th birthday party.
So you just get a call to play just one of Bon Jovi's parties.
Well, that's down the shore. You know, I knew Bon Jovi for a long time because
Did you?
in the early days of the Jukes, he had a band called Atlantic City Expressway, and a guy I know introduced me to him when he was having rehearsals in his house with his band. So I went over to his house with these horn charts of the Asbury Jukes, you know, Southside Johnny and the Asbury Jukes, horn charts, because the band was playing half the material that the Jukes were playing. So I said, hey, that's all right, John. I'll come over with some charts and, you know, show them to your horn players and whatnot, you know. And so we have a really long history. He was a kid back then.
Yeah.
You know, he was still living at home with his parents.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. So he always loved Johnny, and he went on the road with Johnny and the Jukes at one time. He actually stopped doing what he was doing and got on the tour bus and shared a room with the guitarist Bobby Bandiera from the band. You know, wouldn't even get his own room. He wanted to like share. You know, and then he was doing a show at the White House. They were fundraisers. Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
For Special Olympics. And he got me involved with that. He said, I want you to be the backup fan for the house band for the show at the White House. Whoa, what? I mean, how am I even going to be able to relate to Eric Clapton and talk any kind of at that level?
Yeah.
Where they're going to respect what I have to say. I'm LaBamba. I play trombone. You know.
Give yourself more credit, pal.
I guess I should have.
You should.
But I ended up talking John into using the keyboard player from the Tonight Show to be the MD of the band. You know, but we were the backup man. It was incredible. You know, it was Eric and Sheryl Crow and Vanessa Williams, Run DMC, and it was recorded. It was on TV, and you could see it any place. You know.
That's very cool. You know, I hosted I got a call from my agent this is a few years ago, and he says, "Brian, you're going to host the Billboard Awards." And I'm thinking, that doesn't sound right. On ABC, he's like, no, Brian, it's the Billboard Touring Awards. I'm like, oh, okay, this was like 300 people in a place in Beverly Hills, and Bon Jovi was getting like this Lifetime Achievement Award. But it was the day after the election that Trump won.
Oh my God.
And so the whole vibe, and I had written my whole monologue, I had only had to do 5 minutes, but a whole monologue based on assuming that she was going to win. And I ate it with a shovel in front of Bon Jovi. I was so bad, I bet he remembers it. It was like, how do I be, everybody's in shock right now. That's my Bon Jovi story.
What a surprise shocker that is.
Oh my God. Yeah, the whole vibe.
What'd you do? How did you get out of it? I tried
to rewrite. Okay, you're gonna have to bleep something, Chris, because I was gonna walk out and say, remember when he grabbed him by the? I'm just gonna say it. Grab him by the pussy. I was gonna walk out and say, I'm so excited I could just grab somebody by the pussy, and it was gonna get a huge laugh. But then he fucking wins. I swear to God. I walked down and I was like, what the fuck happened? That got a big laugh. And that was it. It just went downhill. And I did that, grab him by the P word. Yeah, let's say P word now, Brian, moron. I'm not kidding. Halfway through, and I'm just eating it terribly. And I just basically, I was like, you got 2 minutes left. Just put it on autopilot and you're done. Then you just introduce the presenters. But the comic in me, I got to take another shot. Doesn't John Bon Jovi look amazing? Look at this man. I would let him grab me by the pussy any day. Silent.
Oh my God.
And I heard some guy in like the third row turn to the guy next to him and just go, really? That's all I heard because it was so cool. And I'm like, what are you doing? Saying that John Bon Jovi grab you by the Anyway, good luck.
That's some dangerous territory right there.
All right.
Can you find out if he remembers that? Because we should remind him if he doesn't.
Please do. I bet he does remember. Oh, I remember that douchebag. He was awful. You know what sucked is that the guys in the back running a teleprompter, I ran through it howling the whole way. And then I get on stage and I swear to God, it was just like, I should have gotten my check before I got up here. It was that bad. But the one, really? Now tell us, you know what? Tell us a little bit about you're a father. How many? You said you had a daughter. How many kids do you have?
5.
You have 5 kids.
Yeah,
that's
I got
a huge
5.
family by today's family. I'm the youngest of 10 kids, and when people hear that, their eyes pop out of their head, and as it should.
Right? Wow.
I know it. Yep, my oldest brother was in Vietnam when I was born. We're like different generations.
Holy
so
crap.
5 is a pretty big family by today's standards. What's the age range?
17, 22. Then we have a 25, 30, and a soon-to-be 33.
That's pretty good. You know, I've got my oldest brother is 70, then I got one that's 60, and I just turned 50. So then we just guess kind of at everybody else.
Wow.
You know, we just try.
That's huge.
Yeah, it's crazy. And my
How
father
did your
was
parents do that?
You know what? They didn't have any hobbies. There was nothing to do. That was all they did. I was let her heal. My God.
Where were you? Where were you born?
Western New York, about an hour south of Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
Little town of one street light. There's a big ski resort in the area. That's the only thing that separates us from the other cow towns. But it's, they're just pastures. But
Wow.
you know, that's what they used to do. People you used to have as many kids as possible so that you could do all the work. So my father is one of 10, my mother is one of 10, and then they had 10. So, and I had one and thought, you people were nuts. I'm done. One is all I need. Are any of your kids? Now your kids are? Do they play instruments? Are they musically inclined as well? They follow in your footsteps? Yeah, what do they play?
They're every one of them.
Oh, that's great.
My youngest goes to UCLA. He's a music major there, and my
Awesome.
daughter's a music major at CSUN, singing opera, and
Oh wow.
yeah, and my middle son, he composes house music.
Ah,
and
all right. So he's just a composer. Does he also DJ or does he do live stuff?
I think he might get into the DJ at some point in time.
Yeah, I bet he wants to,
Yeah.
man. That seems like it'd be pretty fun. I should have done that. When I got a little bit of fame, I should have just got the tables. Like, this is what I'm going to DJ Jazzy Dunk. Or Dunky Fresh. What do you think? That's going to be one of my DJ names.
Dunky Fresh.
Dunky Fresh?
Yeah, he came home last night he lives in Seattle, and out of his bag, he had one of those things with the disc on it.
Yeah.
You know, and he's creating on it, and I was surprised the heck out of me, but he's doing that, and he has a couple other part-time jobs up there for the Mariners, the Seahawks, and whatnot.
Oh, that's cool.
He's really into sports, and then my daughter was living in New York, and she just recently moved back 2 weeks ago for a short period of time. And she was theater, and she did a Disney Cruise Line and sings, dances,
Nice.
acts, you know. And then my son was a drummer, and so I have 3 drummers out of the 5. And my daughter who sings, she was a percussionist in school, mallets, you know, vibraphone and all that, you know, kind of stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of musical background, and you know, and I guess my record collection helped them out in that
Sure, yeah.
way too, you know?
They were born into having decent musical taste.
Yeah, as it was with my stepfather, because, man, my collection started with him telling me and through high school, you know, to listen to different types of jazz, mainly.
Yeah.
Which there's where my mind is like a little bit closed-minded, because my kids are so well-rounded in all types of music, and I'm, you know, stuck in R&B, rock and roll, jazz.
So you can learn a
Writing
little from
of it.
them now. That's the way it works.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the house. You see how they're
house.
doing a little two-stepping? I got into that scene.
Yeah.
You know, it's so interesting. I got so bored not being able to leave the house during the lockdown, and I couldn't perform. So I started doing karaoke in my living room, because I used to go to private room. I'm like, my living room's a private room. So I'm not kidding. I think I've laid down 60 songs. I just put them on social media. Like 5 people watch them. They're for me. I don't give a shit. But I just did one of my favorite jazz songs. I'm sure you know this song. Les McCann and Eddie Harris, Compared to What?
Love it.
Oh my God, that song is
Love
a night. Chris,
Yeah, we've been playing that for years.
you've been playing that song?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I love that song.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I recently started up a big band last week with one of the other members from the Conan band, Scott
Oh, yeah?
Healy. He was a keyboardist from the Conan band, and he's an Eastman composing, writer, arranger, orchestration major, composition major. And so he put together a big band, and we're going to try to get it working out here.
Oh my God, if you need a lead singer that can pull off Chicago, Blood, Sweat, Tears, Ides March, Les McCann, I'm just saying, I'm available.
Ooh.
Brian Dunkelman
Yeah,
and the Dunk Tones I'm going to have a band someday. Or maybe just the Dunkelmen.
Well,
the other members would
plan
have to be cool with it.
we plan to have some guests. on
I'm
our
telling
shows.
you, man,
Sure.
I used to work at a bar, Madigan's. It's where I started doing stand-up when I was 20. And I befriended two of the bands. They used to play every week during ski season. And I don't know how it happened, but I ended up sitting in with them. So much better than stand-up comedy. I mean, it's not even close to me. The rush that you get singing with a band.
Oh, yeah.
I always used to sing The Doors with them, and then we do a little When I Die, Blood, Sweat, and Tears. But I loved it. So much more fun than stand-up.
Oh, man. Wow.
Well, they say comedians want to be rock stars want to be comedians. That's kind of the old
That's
saying.
that is Conan wanted to play guitar and yeah.
Yeah. Conan, he does play a little guitar, right?
Yeah. He would always play at rehearsals all the time.
Yeah, just sit and jam,
You know,
huh?
Yeah, we jam and stuff. Yeah. But you might have fun with this. It's like it's an 18-piece band.
Oh my God. That's just sounds
4
amazing.
trumpet players, 4 trombone players, 5 saxes, 4-piece rhythm section, and we're playing rock stuff too.
Yeah.
We're playing like I have charts that I've been doing this big band thing since the early '80s because we used to have these Christmas shows in Red Bank and Southside and Bruce and guests would come up, Brian Setzer, and I'd have to write all these charts out for them, whatever they wanted to do, whether they were Christmas songs or whatever, and. So I have a pretty large library of handwritten, charts like that, and I'm trying to put them to better use now, and it's stuff like Traveling High. That's John Fogerty. When he after the band
Creedence.
After Creedence, he put out some solo stuff,
Yeah.
Traveling High was a really cool song, and like Across 110th Street is the theme from the movie that Bobby Womack sang. So I wrote that out. That's always fun to do, shit like that.
You also did the same thing for Tom Waits' album, correct?
Yeah, Johnny asked me to do that, to put that together. It was an incredible experience. Doing that on Conan, that was, to me,
a highlight.
Yeah, that was number one.
Yeah.
Super Bowl's number 2.
Uh-huh.
But to have my big band play, something I had written on the show that I was part of, with such a long history of being part of, man, that was golden.
That's cool.
That's awesome, man.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Well, you've done quite well for yourself auditioning twice.
Twice.
I know. I've tanked like at least 4 in one day.
I was just at the right place at the right time, I mean, meeting different people that you grow up with through high school and college, and it's all who you meet.
It's the power of networking.
Yeah.
And synchronicities. I mean, if you're working with somebody in 82 and the next thing you know, he's the show, you know what I mean? That's just the way life is orchestrated for you. You know what I mean? Somebody's orchestrating this.
Yeah. The first time I walked into to audition for the Jukes, there weren't any other trombone players there.
So you liked your odds.
They had they put out a record before the one that they were rehearsing when I came in to try out for them, and they just wanted to see how trombone would fit into the whole thing. And the trumpet player was from Philly, and I'd been playing with them for years beforehand. Let's get this guy, Rich Rosenberg, and I was in that same band that I went to Las Vegas with. We were playing in Schenectady. And this guy was rough. He'd carry around a shotgun with him, and the leader of the band, So I put a letter underneath his door overnight. Got an offer I can't refuse. See ya. And for the first time, drove to Asbury Park. With Philadelphians, do not go to Asbury Park.
Yeah.
You know, it's a little north on the Jersey Shore.
Right.
You know, Philadelphians they have their Atlantic City. They got their
Sure.
spots a little bit south, and then the Canadians come down into Wildwood. You know, but it's kind of like cultural areas like Philadelphia and New York. You know, the Jersey Shore is very much like that.
Yeah.
La Valette is Italian, you know, and so Asbury Park was kind of a mix, you know. It was just like, but nobody from Philadelphia would go there.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was the South Side. I did some gigs in Atlantic City. I think it was called the Showboat. Is that still around?
Yeah.
You ever worked the Showboat?
I never. Wait a minute. No, it wasn't the Showboat. No.
I don't know if it's called that anymore. We did a live. I hosted a live version of the Family Feud there for a summer.
Oh wow!
Yeah,
Wow,
it was pretty fun.
that must have been.
Yeah.
I grew up in my younger years in Atlantic City.
Yeah.
You know, we always had
What was it like back then? Because it's a little. Last time I was there, it was a little sketchy.
Well, it's always sketchy.
It's always been sketchy.
You know, maybe it wasn't sketchy in the 20s, and the 30s. You know, but wow,
I bet it was.
Poverty all over you know, if it wasn't, there still is. I mean, it's terrible.
Well, it's getting weird out here. I mean, you're in Calabasas, I'm in Glendale. We're okay, but there's a lot in between us right now that's, man.
Wow.
Yeah, it's getting nasty, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Atlantic City was as a kid it was always so much fun.
Oh, sure.
But you never saw the other side, you know,
Yeah.
until you started driving yourself, and you're driving yourself to Atlantic City and driving through the neighborhoods and said, "Whoa,
Yeah.
never saw this before."
What happened here?
You know?
Chris, do we have any viewer questions from the social media?
We do. We have questions from the social media. So Mitch Powers wants to know: were you?
Mitch.
Mitch Powers.
Hello, Mitch.
Was LaBamba in on the jokes Conan would make when they would pan over to you? Was that your genuine reaction? Were you hearing them for the first time, or was that? I guess did you have a rehearsal?
Well, there would be rehearsals for sketches.
Yeah.
But there were so much that weren't sketches. I mean, it was like,
Well, just I guess when he would roast you, was that mostly improvised? When he would just
with what?
when he would roast you, was that usually improvised?
Oh yeah, totally, totally. You know, like during the monologue, you know, and he'd always like look over me with, you know, and I'm looking at him. Why shouldn't I be looking at you? I'm looking at you. I'm listening to what you're saying.
Oh, like you need sheet music for the trombone. All right. It's a very complicated instrument you got there.
And he would like, kind of like, for some reason, I don't know if it was some facial or whatnot, he always like, you know, made some kind of comment. You know?
That's only missing LaBamba. Doesn't he look like he walked out of Super Mario Brothers? I love him. I love him like a brother who's got issues.
I think you were his favorite.
It's almost like become like a safety blanket at some point, wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I guess I was in a good place.
Jokes are built on them, the jokes not working. That's why I love Letterman so much. He would do 3 jokes, 2 of them tanked, and then he would just make up funny shit about it.
Yeah, I think Conan was great at that.
Yeah.
And, you know, and being, you know, making a comparison to him and Johnny Carson is really, I mean, that's a great comparison.
Mm.
Yeah, he loved Johnny Carson. You know.
Oh, we all did.
He loved Letterman too, but he really Johnny. I wish that people would have sold into that a little bit more. You know.
Yeah. The way Johnny set the guest up.
Yeah.
You know, Conan always did a great job with that.
Yeah, and his monologue.
Yeah,
just like Letterman, right? If it didn't work, he'd make it. Yeah, Absolutely.
It was better when it didn't work, in a lot of
Yeah.
ways.
Yeah.
So Conan did a lot more dancing and spinning when his jokes tanked than Letterman.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
True. And a little bit of this with the lip, too. He did like a little, in the early years, we would see that, especially. Well, did that again.
I hope he sees
beautiful
this, by the
love.
way.
I'm sure he's a regular. He's a regular viewer. Who
He's
we
a regular
kidding?
viewer, DunkleVision.
I don't know. He runs into my son Evan more than he runs into me.
Yeah.
These days, he just my son also has been taking some side work at a restaurant here in Santa Monica. In Santa Monica, it's a breakfast place, and Conan walked in like last week, and hey, Evan, what are you doing here? Hey, where's your boss? Hey, fire this guy.
So we have another. It's not really a fan question, but it's a fan comment actually from a. You have a connection to another DunkleVision guest, Scott Schiaffo, who we had on our second show. Says that way back in the 80s, the original band I was playing with opened for LaBamba and the Hubcaps in a modest-sized club, and it was an awesome experience and night. They blew the roof off the joint. Jersey legend. That's Scott Schiaffo, best known for being in Clerks.
Clerks.
Oh,
That's
thank you very
crazy.
much. That's nice. Wow. What years did he say? What?
He said late
Early
80s.
80s?
Late 80s, he said, yeah. Yeah. So I thought that was cool because we had him on the show not that long ago.
I like
Wow.
that. 6 Degrees of DunkleVision.
That is
Got a
really
new
cool.
segment.
That's neat.
And that's kind of all for the fan questions. But I wanted to know, you guys eventually did leave Conan before the show wrapped up when they transitioned to a half hour. I was curious kind of what that experience was like, if it was something that kind of happened suddenly or you were aware of it for a while, and was it all amicable, or how did that go down?
Well, he was very upset about it, that he had to do that. It was there obviously financial reasons, and we were actually told like a year ahead of that we were going to have to go, and then like a week later, everything was cool for another year, that was beautiful. It was a beautiful moment that we could extend the life of the band as a whole for at least another year. So.
Well, not too bad considering you thought it might be a 13-week gig.
Not bad. 25 years.
That's amazing. But, very cool that you
years,
got to know, like, it wasn't just an abrupt ending. You got to do your victory lap, have one more year.
Yeah.
So that must have been cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, and they had a great send off too. I can say I saw you guys your final song, and it was awesome.
I forget what it was.
I do too, but it was awesome.
I'll accept that. That's cool.
You also got to do something fun. You got to sing Barbara Ann with Zac Efron. What was that like? On Conan.
I did.
Do you remember that?
Hey, we don't remember either, but it was awesome.
Wow. Okay. Awesome.
Let's play the clip.
Play the clip. Yeah.
Ba 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 baran, ba 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 baran, ba 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 baran.
Yeah, you should YouTube it. Anyway.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were on. I was on Letterman one time. You mentioned Letterman, and I was on a few times playing in bands. But one time we were playing with Robbie Robinson from the band, right? And we were doing these moves, you know. And then we marched off. The whole band would march off playing Dixieland through the side doors. And here we are at the, you know, it was so weird. Those side doors that legendary Conan and, you know, for so many years. But anyhow, Letterman said to Paul, he said, now that guy, we've had him on the show before, haven't we? That trombone player? He says, yeah. Paul says, that's LaBamba. And Dave said, does he have to sign his taxes to LaBamba? You know, like that. And let's roll that back a little bit. It looks like when they're dancing here, what do you call that dance that he's doing right there? And I'm going back. Isn't that, hey, it's the funky chicken, right? That's the funky chicken.
Hal, do you have the videotape? Oh, we have it. All right, this will be the trombone player, and you tell me, Paul, if this, in fact, is the funky chicken. There! That was it?
That was the funky chicken. You know what that guy's name is, Dave, by the way?
Yeah, he's been here before, hasn't he?
Yeah, LaBamba.
That's his name?
That's his name.
That's his full name?
That's his full name, LaBamba.
Really?
Yeah.
When he fills out his employment forms? LaBamba?
Yeah. Second name, Bamba. There he goes.
Hey, you know what? That brings up a question that we did not ask you: is how'd you end up with that nickname? LaBamba Rosenberg doesn't really.
No. When I joined the Jukes, everybody in that group of people, you know, with Bruce and every musician at least, and other people, you know, bouncers and whatnot, they all had nicknames that were given them, you know. So everybody in the Jukes had and the E Street Band had a nickname that was given to them. Yeah. And at the time when I joined the band, I had this Fu Manchu. I was really tan. I had a short afro, you know. So we were standing in the Stone Pony. If everybody knows, that's the Asbury Park legendary Stone Pony. And we were in a back bar, and the roadie, Gary Anderson from the Jukes, said, hey, how about LaBamba? You know? And Bruce gets up on the bar, give me an L, give me an A, give me a B. There it is.
Yeah, that's going to stick.
I kept it.
Well, it's worked out for you. It's definitely worked out for you. Do you have any projects that you want to plug? Anywhere where people can go purchase any of your stuff? Where can people find you, and what do you got going on right now?
Well, like you said before, this is the Tom Waits, Southside Johnny.
Yeah.
LaBamba's big band. Tom Waits sang a song with Johnny on for this. It was a great project. I orchestrated the whole thing.
That's great. Where can they buy that? Can they buy that online? Do you have a website where people can go?
It's online. Yeah, you can buy it online, Amazon, whatnot.
Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? Are you on the social media, or have you been able to get away without doing that? Since you've
for the last month
twice, I don't have to have social media to just sit back and work flows in.
For some reason, I left social media for about a month now. I haven't been on Facebook or Instagram.
Is that why you seem so happy right now?
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe that is.
You've
maybe
got a glow about you. I think we figured it out.
But I think it was getting the best of me, you know? I was just like looking at it way too much.
Me too.
You know, spending too much time on that. And so, yeah, I was orchestrating for this rehearsal that I talked about earlier with Scott Healy. And so that took up so much time. How could I possibly put any time into Facebook or Instagram if I just closed my mind to it, and that was like over a week ago now, and I'm still like Facebook, Instagram. I think I'll just stay clear for a while. You know,
That's good advice for all of us.
Well, I gotta tell you, Richie, I'm glad I reached out to you like a month ago then, because otherwise we might not have gotten you on here.
Yeah, right? Stuck in your inbox.
Well, yeah, I do look at my private messages that come up.
Everything's about timing. Everything's about timing. I mean, who would have thought yesterday I'd be fronting a big horn section band? We'll talk about that later.
We will.
Yeah.
Glendale, that's not far, man.
Send him some of my Donkey Yoki track, Chris.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. Yeah. It's just so funny that I grew up kind of watching both of you on TV, and now I know both of you, to some extent.
This is all a Make-A-Wish project for
That's
Chris,
awesome.
by the way. It's just he doesn't have much longer. Just so he can get to meet all the people that he liked when he was young.
Yeah. You figured me out. Richie, do you remember how we met?
No.
So
no, I don't.
My brother and I are in LA back in 2015, and we get tickets to the Conan show. And so the Conan show, we knew that a lot of people would bring signs and just kind of write things, and hopefully Conan would notice them and mention them like in the monologue. It was kind of like well known. So we made signs. And so at the time, what had happened just in Philly, I don't know if you guys remember the hitchhiker robot. It was hitchhiking across the country, and it got to Philly, and somebody beat the shit out of it, when it got to Philly.
That sounds right.
And so my sign said, Philly loves Conan, but not robots, because it had just happened, and that's... So LaBamba here, they're warming the audience up, and it's just really, really cool. It's all happening before the show, and he sees my sign, and he's like, Philly, I'm from Philly, and we connected.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And then I found him on Facebook, and I, like you, Brian, I stalked him like I stalked you. So
see, it's working.
Oh, that's really cool.
Keep stalking.
I guess maybe I should get back on Facebook.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah, I have met some people through that. That have I've done stuff with.
Yeah, it was
How
cool.
else
It's
are you
pretty
going to
cool.
know when everybody's birthday is? That's the best thing about Facebook. I can't remember birthdays.
Yeah, I can't either. That's true. Yeah, but hey, that's all been good. That's really cool. A lot of people would bring up signs. There was a sign that somebody had out when the show left NBC, and there were people outside NBC that were that loved the show, and they were sad about that. And somebody had a sign, a big sign, said, "How about LaBamba?"
Exactly.
Nice.
So my oldest son came up with an idea about what are we going to do, and how are we going to. So we tried with a couple different ideas. It didn't happen. But during COVID, we started a show here. My son's idea again, called Sunsets with LaBamba, and we didn't put it on we didn't get it on YouTube channel made up yet, but it's on Facebook. So we have our own Facebook and Instagram thing. It's called Sunsets with LaBamba, and we did 32 shows outside our back here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I saw one
and
of them.
Four of them.
I liked it, yeah.
4 of them are music shows, are just related to the family band, and we all play different instruments, and while the music is going nonstop, no breaks, we would change to another instrument.
Nice.
My daughter would go from piano to drums, or my son from bass to drums, and then they would switch without stopping.
That's really cool.
Seamless, like 19, 20 minutes of nonstop an R&B show, a Christmas show, a birthday show.
And that's on Facebook and Instagram. LaBamba Sunsets? Sunsets with LaBamba. Which one is it?
Sunsets with LaBamba.
Sunsets with LaBamba. All right, I'll check that out.
Yeah.
Our viewers.
There was one time that we did where Evan, my oldest son, he played me. This is during a Conan, a day at Conan, and he played me, and I was playing the saxophonist Jerry Vivino, Jimmy Vivino's son, who played on the show because I was supposed to be at a jury duty. And I told the show that I wasn't going to be in until really late because I had jury duty. I wouldn't be able to make rehearsal. So I come in, I go into the jury duty. They said, no, you got the wrong day. You're here you're supposed to be here tomorrow. I go back home. I get a call when I'm home from the jury duties. Where are you? What? I was just there. I just drove to Newark, in that traffic and got back to my house. Now I have to go. Well, look, okay. Come tomorrow. Just don't get stopped. What? Don't get stopped. So, okay. So I go into the show and I'm in my dressing room and a policeman comes up behind me and starts reading me my rights and puts me in handcuffs. He says, you're supposed to be at jury duty. And I am freaking out. Totally freaked. He's walking me out to the elevator. I'm in the elevator. And Jerry comes running over and he says, okay, he's had enough. That's enough. Let him go. There was a policeman who was doing a sketch on the show that day.
He's an actor.
Yeah. And I was always put through the mill like that. The whole show would be in on something like that. Conan,
Except for
Andy.
You.
Yeah.
I felt for you though. Like sometimes it was really funny, but other times I felt like, come on, leave LaBamba alone.
He needs a hug.
Yeah.
Remember the band shows? Remember something called the band shows?
Band shows.
Yeah, that goes way back. They would write something about the band being like on the moon or in Central Park or something like that. And it would all happen in the studio, but there would be a show put together, written for, hey, what happened to Max? He's like, hey, everybody, I'm right here. Hello, hey, I'm Max Weinberg, blah, 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 Oh, and hey, I'm Jerry Vivino. And how would you like me to play this song for you? Hey, so, and it would have to do with some kind of a sketch in a location someplace, where they like left me on the moon or something. I would always be at the end of the joke. Well, where's LaBamba? He's in a tub there with a lady friend or something. Oh, okay. They were called the band
you should
shows.
be flattered, man, because it just kept working.
Yeah, and you're
all those years, brother.
You're still a fan favorite, man. Yeah, you're still a fan favorite.
Great times. Yeah. Yeah, Brian, do you do any of those cameo things for birthdays and stuff like that?
I do. I haven't done one in a while, but I've done some of those. You do those as well?
Well, we had a family meeting last night.
Oh, you should get on.
Yeah, man, get on. That's cool.
Evan was talking about that. He said, you gotta get that set up. We're gonna do that in the next couple of weeks. Just try to,
Yeah, they made some money off of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What price would we set LaBamba at?
That's a good question.
You got to set that price a little higher. You're a premium.
That's
above 50 only. I don't know. I think I have mine's like $39. That's why I'm not getting many.
Oh, what a deal! Are you kidding?
Exactly. It's a steal.
Oh man! Wow.
Well, if Richie, if you get one, we'll plug it here. I'll put the text on the screen. People can go to it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's excellent. I love that.
Yeah.
What a great idea.
Get in.
Oh, okay. All right. That's great, Chris. Thank you.
Of course.
We will do that. We will figure this all out. And the big band thing, that's going to be my my next project. And Brian, hey,
I'm telling you. Check out my Instagram. I'm at the Brian Dunkelman because some high school girl in Long Island stole my name. She needed it more than me. And somebody's like, "Oh, honey, the name." I'm like, "What? The Brian Dunkelman?" I'm like, and guess why I had to have it? I don't know. Block. So I'm telling you, there's an Ides of March. Very, very. That's probably my best one. Les McCann nailed it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I have one last question because I have to know. I can't let you go without asking this. Do you have any Jordan Schlansky stories?
No.
Good question, Chris. Way to close it up tight. That's why you're the producer. You're the talent.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. I love those bits. I just didn't know if is he really like that or.
Oh hell yeah! What's not to love about that? That's hilarious. Jordan is like, that's really him.
Yeah.
That is truly really him. It's amazing. A natural, between him and yeah. It was always great.
Yeah.
Tell us one thing though. How do we find out? How do people find out about the more information on the big band project that you've got going? Where will they be able to find out?
Well, I guess we'll be doing that as much multimedia as we can.
So keep an eye out.
Keep an eye out. I have my own website that needs to be updated some. It's called LaBamba Music.
There you go, LaBamba Music. All of ours could use a little updating.
All right.
That's
and
job.
we'll look out for that. And the Billy Gibson thing is April 2nd. It's supposed to be here in LA at LA Live.
Oh, cool. Beautiful.
Yeah, I
April
think
2nd,
it
LA
will.
Live.
I think it will be there.
And soon to be on Cameo.
Soon, yes, absolutely. Yeah, I got to tell you guys, this is like the best podcast by far that I've done.
So cool, man. Thank you for saying that.
This has been really great.
Yeah, we're just here to have fun, brother. We're just here to have fun and talk to people that we've always, been watching and admiring for all these years. So we're just very flattered that you said yes. We still don't understand. People are actually saying yes to talking to us, and we get a kick out of it every time. So we really appreciate you taking your time to talk to us today.
Yeah, man.
My pleasure.
It's an honor, Richie. Thank you so much for being on here, and we had a blast. We'd love to have you again sometime. So
I'd love to do that.
Keep in touch.
I'd love to do that. Thank you, guys. Really.
When we get the band together, I can't wait to go on the road with you. This is going to be amazing. And that is a perfect close. Thank you so much, Richie.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Richie. Have a great one.
All right, you too.
That was fun.
That was great. What a cool guy.
Yeah. That's high praise. He said we were the best podcast he's been on. That's
right.
Wow, that felt great.
Is it? I mean, how many has he done? 3?
I don't know. But
it doesn't matter.
It.
That's not important. This is my first podcast ever. Yeah, man, this is cool. I'm glad we could hook up.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's great. You guys might have something in the works. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna force my way back.
Do it. I'll come out and see your show when I'm in LA. Be fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
So, so everybody, thanks for watching this month's DunkleVision. If you want some merch, go to dorkdaily.com/DunkleVision. Also, please rate our podcast on Apple Podcasts. That helps us a lot. And if you feel so inclined, please support us on Patreon at patreon.com/dorkdaily, where you can get more behind the scenes clips from this interview and other interviews that we've done in the past. We've talked to a lot of interesting people so far, like Nick Bakay, Justin Guarini, Lisa Jacobs, Scott Schiaffo, and we just
we're going to try to do one of these every month. So we hope you'll come back and reminisce with us about the past when things were better.
That's right. DunkleVision. Thank you so much for joining us again. Thanks to Richie. It's just a really wonderful conversation. Very psyched that he can make the show.
Very good. And I don't know. I don't have a closer this time. Why don't
you'll cut it before then?
I'll just cut it. I don't know what it is. I don't have a good closing thing. But
hey man, this just doesn't happen. That takes a lot of years. Of preparation, and
that's why I'm producer. Your talents.
Oh man, that's it.